The secret to living a happy life and having wonderful friends and relationships or having a successful business or career is not necessarily something that is complicated. Having studied a lot of successful people and thought leaders, I have discovered that the secret is something called perspective. So, in this video, I will talk about perspective, how it affects our decisions, lives, and also how experiences play a major role in perception. Then, finally, how we can change our perception. Yeah, hello guys. So, before I go straight into today's video, I would just like to read out a famous quote quickly from my laptop. The people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. That's from Steve Jobs. Quickly, I would like to define what perspective is. According to Cambridge Dictionary, perspective is a particular way of considering something, a feeling or opinion about something or someone, i.e., a point of view. So it means that um, there is no absolute truth. So what you think is the truth for you might actually be your perspective about the matter. Now, the fun thing about perspective is it influences our thoughts, it influences our actions, it influences our emotions, our feelings, how we relate with others, how we interact with everyone around us. That's the power of perspective. That's how powerful our perception can be. Now, quickly, I would like to quickly talk about the things that shapes our perception. And the first one, which is like the key one, is our experiences. An experience is the process of doing something or the process of something happening to you. Now, experiences shape our perceptions because it is a culmination of a lot of things that has happened to everyone right from the time of birth to the moment. So all these experiences come together to shape the way such a person perceives life and the way such a person reacts in the face of certain situations. While the next one is beliefs. Your belief is the state of knowing that something is true, something is good, or something is bad. Now, the decision to decide whether something is good or bad is entirely dependent on your perspective or your perception of the situation. While the next one is your values. So, our values is the importance or the usefulness that we place on some things. For different families, different organizations, different people, they have certain values, certain things that they place certain level of importance on. So these things affect or influences the way we perceive life and our perspective towards life. Because definitely if something is a thing of value to you, your perception towards it will be different if compared to if that thing was something that was valueless to you. So what next one is cultural background. So cultural background is the way a group of people, the way a collection of people behave, the way a collection of people think. So cultural background also influences our perception because there are certain cultures, there are certain belief systems that are peculiar to a certain culture. So this affects the way people from that place perceive certain things. While the last one is social class. So social class is the last thing that affects our perception. Our perspective affects our emotions, our feelings, our thoughts, and by extension, our actions. And there's this quote that I love. I think I will share a lot of quotes in this video. And it's a famous quote. I don't know who said it. We see the world according to our state of mind. The way we see it doesn't say something about the world, it tells us something about us. The way we see the world does not necessarily mean that is the way the world is. The way we see the world shows us who we are deep down. the way we see the world shows our perspective of the world. So someone who has a positive, outlook towards the world, and someone who has a negative outlook towards the world, does not mean that, different things happen to them. The same thing can happen to the two of them, but their behaviors towards it, their action, their reaction towards it is what sets them apart. So if you notice that you are always bitter by experiences and all, it does not mean that there's something wrong with the environment around you or the people around you. It might mean that there's actually something that is deep within you that you need to work on. And there's this tweet I saw from Ronaldo that I love, and he said that my father is not the reason why I was born poor. My father is the reason why I will die rich. Our perspective affects our lives because, by extension, our outlook on life affects the kind of relationships we have. And there's this thing I love, I think it's another quote, that you do not attract the person you want in a relationship, you attract the person that you are. So if you notice that you are always attracting bad friends, friends that are out there to get you, and you are always attracting toxic people in a relationship, maybe the problem is not the people. Maybe the problem is that there is something, maybe a past trauma that you have to heal from. So what that quote is saying is that you don't necessarily attract the kind of people you want in your life. You attract the kind of people that your mindset is. Our perspective also affects our success, career success, business success, overall growth, because there's this other quote too, that wherever you want to get to, so whatever it is that you want to do, whatever it is that you want to accomplish, your mind has to get there first. So if there's anything you want, maybe you want career growth, maybe you want a promotion, maybe you want to live a better life, then your mind has to get there first. So first you have to believe that you can get it before your body and everything, God, Mother Nature, anything that you believe in, before they now propel you to go there. Because if you don't believe in it, you won't be able to take the necessary actions to propel you to that future that you actually see. So our perspective also goes a long way in determining how successful we can be. And I think the last one is, because I'm a big fan of living a fulfilled life, living a happy life. So the last thing I'll talk about is the effect our perspective can have on happiness. So there are people who are, mostly depressed, mostly sad. And on the flip side, there are people who are always happy. And when you see people are always happy, you might want to fall into the trap of thinking that everything is perfect for them. No, it is not. So everybody is facing a measure of challenges, things that keep them up at night. But what sets somebody that is always sad, apart from someone that is always happy, is the perspective they have towards life. Someone who is always happy generally has a positive outlook towards life. So even if they are going through a phase that is not so sweet, they have this mindset that this is just for a period of time, and instead of just taking it and weighing them down, they try to focus on the good days. They try to focus on the good things they have, and they just make do with that. The first step is open-mindedness, or having a flexible or a growth mindset, because I think this kind of embodies every other thing we will be talking about today. If you do not have a growth mindset, if you are not flexible enough, to accept change, there's a big chance that, a lot of things that you will be holding on to that are stealing your joy, a lot of things that you are holding on to that, are drawing you back, that are not making you, attain your dreams and your desires. If you don't have a growth mindset, you will not be able to let go of this thing. So having a growth mindset, having a flexible mindset allows you to be able to let go of things that are not taking you to where you want to be, and to pick up things that can actually propel you to where you want to get to. So that's the first thing. The second one is something I came up with, and that is The power of learned experience. There's a saying that experience is the best teacher. Yeah, I agree, but I feel the experience does not have to be yours. It does not necessarily have to be your own personal experience. A lot of people have documented their lives in books, in podcasts, interviews, videos, so many things. So the experience we are talking about here does not have to be your personal experience. So you can learn from the experiences of others. What were the things, what were the mindsets that they have that helped them? What were the things they did that helped them? So the power of learned experience is just like talking about, learning from the experiences of others, especially people who are where you see yourself going to. Learning and picking up from their experiences. The next one is self-reflection. So this is also about open-mindedness, self-reflection. Sometimes you just have to sit down and look to the past. The story, the Lion King comes to mind. When Simba was told to remember who he is, you just have to sit down and remember who you truly are. Remember your potentials. Just remember the things you can do. And as fun as that is, there's also another side of it. You also have to remember those things that are not so, those experiences that are not so palatable, that might be holding you down. Some, it might involve you, bringing up some past trauma that you've not healed from and healing from them. Because if you don't heal from them, they always have a way of coming back to haunt you and pulling you back down. It might involve you self-reflecting, picking up some things back and addressing them, and also letting go of some things that are drawing you back. The next one is traveling and socializing, because the best thing you can do is to move about, travel, socialize, network. If you don't have the money to pay for flight tickets, plane tickets, and travel all over the world, you can go on YouTube, experience the lives of different people. On Instagram, experience different lives, different cultures, and just try to learn from different people, because there might be some beliefs that you might have grown up with, and in the process of you experiencing from the lives of others, you'll notice that these things are actually holding you back. And for this last point, I would like to read an extract from a book I read recently, Still Like an Artist, by Austin Kleon. You don't get to pick your family, but you can pick your teachers, you can pick your friends, and you can pick the music you listen to, and you can pick the books you read, and you can pick the movies you see. You are in fact a mashup of what you choose to let into your life. You are the sum of your influences. The point from there is to guard your mind. Guard the information you take in. There are some limiting beliefs that you just have to screen out of your life. You have to guard the kind of information you take in, the kind of people you listen to, the kind of beliefs that you allow to take root in your life. Your perspective can place a ceiling over your life and just limit you, or your perspective can help you rule the world. So thank you very much, guys, for watching this video, and if you enjoyed this video, you will definitely enjoy the video I made about unicorn startups. So these are businesses that are valued at above $1 billion, and to put that in perspective, over 300 million businesses or startups are created every year around the world, and out of all these businesses, just 1,200 plus of them have grown to the level of attaining the $1 billion mark. Just click the link showing on the screen and I'll meet you there.